Hello, and yes, I'm back. It's been a while, hasn't it? Now, this is sort of a back to front introduction because I'm filming it just as I finished editing, and as I have done for months, had filmed bits and pieces of a vlog, and I had just tossed all the previous ones. So this time I thought, no, I'm going to put them together. So it's a few days after, it's actually next week, it's Tuesday, and I've sort of had nearly a week to get used to it. We're what, day 5 of locking down again, day 6 of locking down again. And yeah, so I thought, no, look, I'll just put it up anyway, and you can see that it's, I mean, you know, with a bit of luck, I think I'm in a better mood at the moment, better, you know, headspace. It was pretty tough going back in, so forgive the slightly down approach at the beginning. And yeah, it's still, it's a recording of what it felt like, I suppose, to have to go back down into lockdown, and I'll let you know where we are at the end. Good morning all. It's Monday morning, it's grey, it's raining, it's quite cool. Not by cool places standards, but by Melbourne it's cool enough, thanks. And so yeah, I've got to pop up to the shops, a few things I have to get, and we're back, almost back in lockdown here, which is not great. It's been only Victoria, rest of Australia rather, is pretty well fine. We've just had a couple of really big outbreaks of the virus, and so I thought, well, I better go out, grab a few things that are non-essential, like skincare. I think if I got stopped on my way to buy skincare, they'd probably suggest that it was not an essential item. I may choose to disagree, but you know, that's the way it goes. So I'll do that while my suburbs, at least around me, we're not impacted by this. We're just told to be normally careful, do the normal things, social distancing, washing your hands. You know, I've got a mask which I made. I've been making some masks, which has been quite fun. And yeah, so I'll go out, I'll take the car. Normally I would walk, but I'm just going to get wet. I don't want to deal with being wet today. See you at the shops. Home now, out of my giant coat and scarf because it's a bit cold out there today, into a giant jumper instead. Right, time for a cup of coffee, but I will take you through most of what I bought today. There's some groceries and some other bits and pieces, but I'll do that after I've made a coffee. Okay, big slurp of coffee. Not my usual mug because I haven't emptied the dishwasher. It's gone through, I just haven't emptied it. Okay, let's start over here with this group and we'll see what we've got. It's a bit of a stock up. I hadn't been to the supermarket for, I don't know, a week and a half more, and some of these, quite a lot of this, they're sort of pantry items, so they will last for longer than a month even. Eggs, $4.50. This was a bit of a special buy and it's huge, but it's the only protein I could find that was the natural flavour, and I want to try to make keto bread because I'm currently on keto, trying keto for July and see how I feel on it. I'm already feeling much better actually. 2 packs of bacon, that's $6 each, so that's 12. The cashews up here, $4.86, they're a bit of a treat. Peanut butter was on special. What was that? That was $6.50. Chorizo was $8, but that chops up into flavouring a lot of things. The flaked almonds, sort of pantry item, that's $11. And the cheese we got here, we've got this extra tasty, that was $4, and the halloumi was $5.50. Now that's sort of like a meal replacement. Gherkins for a bit of flavour, they were $4. Almond milk, $3.65. The cream was $3. That's a pure cream, nothing added, but which is hard to get, just straight pure cream here. They like thickened cream in the supermarkets. The yogurt is a big one that lasts for probably the month. That was $7.50. Some squished garlic, which is $3.50. Some garlic granules. You see a lot of garlic going on here, but it's just that I ran out of everything at the same time. The granules were $6. The garlic powder was $2.40. Garam masala was $2.80. The onion salt was $3.50, and the MCT oil was, what was it, $8. So that's okay. That's all. Oh, and this, hang on, the spinach actually belongs over here. So I stuck all this stuff over here. Move my coffee out of the way. So then we've got all the, you know, the green things, the good things. I didn't get a lot because I still have a lot of things that were frozen when we were first in lockdown, and you know, we're going back in, but I thought, look, I'll eat them anyway. I don't want them getting freezer burn. And availability seems to be better at the moment, and since my state is the only one in trouble, that sort of makes it easier. So the spinach was $5. That's a pretty big bag. The iceberg lettuce was $3.90. The cabbage, how much was the cabbage? Can't remember what the cabbage was. The Swedes at the back, they were $5.11. They make sort of like pretend mashed potatoes. The lemons were $2.70 for the 3. The avocados $5. The, not each, together. Tomatoes $4.50, and the blueberries were $4. And let's just have a quick look on the, since I can't remember what the lettuce was. Oh, sorry, the cabbage. The cabbage was $3.50. Okay, so then I added a couple of other things that are off the budget. They're not on the grocery budget. I bought a magazine for $11, which is really unusual for me these days. I haven't bought magazines for ages, but honestly, going back with the whole state sort of in lockdown, our borders have just been closed around us, I thought that would be not such a bad idea. And I wanted to try this, which has just come out here in Australia, and it's the La Roche-Posay Retinol, and it was on special because it's just come out, so it was horribly priced at something like $52.39, which for a retinol product is a very good, and La Roche-Posay is very good. And so I just thought I'd try it as a one-off try. It'll last for a few months, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, that was a bit of a treat too, but that comes out of my allowance. It doesn't come out of my grocery budget. Nor does my magazine. So that's, you know, just a couple of other little extra things. Oh, and so all up, my grocery budget spend was $175.92, which is kind of high. But it'll be 2 weeks. I probably won't have to go back to the supermarket again for 2 weeks for that. Maybe a bit for the fresh things. But there's also a bit of store cupboard stock up there. Gosh, look at my COVID here. Anyway, time to do some work.
The reason why we chose to say goodbye, but I can't help my feelings. Right now, I can't deny you never left my mind, and now my heart is bleeding. Why did I have to break it up? Guess I was just a young girl living in a dream world. I thought that I'd be better off, but now...
Well, it's Tuesday afternoon, and yes, I'm back in the same place I was when I left you yesterday, but we're not in the same place here in Melbourne. We've just been put back in lockdown as of tomorrow night. So we've got, you know, 24 hours and a bit, I suppose, if you want to go out and have some fun, because as of Wednesday evening, midnight, everything gets shut down again, because we've got a big spike in our numbers. And oh man, I hadn't realised how much I was looking forward to further easings of the restrictions until there aren't any. Just like that. You know, I've got friends in other states, and hey, come and visit. No, actually can't. Sorry, borders are closed and we are locked down. Oh well, I'll take a deep breath. This is, you know, another 6 weeks. I'll have to try and be really productive, because man, the last, since March, it's productivity has not been great. But you know, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. It's the law. We have to stay. I believe, I accept it, and I acknowledge that we need it. I just wish we didn't, you know. I just hope this time we learn our lesson. And I mean, look, you know, when I was at the supermarket yesterday, there were 3 people wearing masks, me and 2 others. And I know people have been told all sorts of different things about whether you need them, whether you don't, when you should have them, all right. And you know, mine's just Smart one I made myself. So I think we've got a long way to go. I watched people not sanitize their hands as they came in. There was some fussing about whether they cleaned the trolley. Mate, clean your hands first. Your hands are bringing it in. And on the way out, I had to look for the sanitizer. Now, I've been touching things in that supermarket that other people have been touching that I don't want to take home to my home, you know, into my car even. And yet I actually had to hunt for the sanitizer. So I fully appreciate that the system is set up for when people go in, but please, guys, put something in big, open, you know, obvious places so that when you leave and you've been in contact with all these other people, you can at least, you know, clean up. You don't have to carry your own. Mind you, of course I do carry my own, and I've got wipes and all the rest, but even so, I'm just over it. Anybody else out there just over it? Deep breath, on we go. Now look, I mean, I know that here in Australia we are so privileged, okay? I can stay at home, you know, it works. I can stay at home. I've got good internet, I've got, you know, I'm in a good environment. Man, am I so pleased I'm in my downsized home. More of that perhaps in another video, but oh boy, I didn't want to think about this if I hadn't been. And yeah, so deep breath, on we go, try to make something of this, because it's not really great. But you know, what are we doing? As I say, a lot more reading. I might actually go out now and go to a bookshop that I know that stays open until 9. I need to stack up on books because there's a bit more reading to be done apparently. 6 weeks, 2 a week, 12 books. I got a gift card the other day. That's where it'll go. Go on, books. As men. I mean, let's face it, much as I love YouTube, Netflix, Stan, all the other various things, not to mention free-to-air TV, yeah, in the end, there's nothing like a book that will, you know, keep you busy. I have been busy though. I'll show you what I've been doing. Coming back. Can't be bothered editing this out. Okay, so this is inside out and all pinned together, but this is a little jumper for my daughter-in-law's sister's baby, because I don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. I can't undo this little sleeve because it's, like to see, it's all pinned up because I'm busy stitching it together. I've got a few other bits and pieces to do and put some buttons on it and things, but this is I've just found a little taggy bit hanging out. I'll trim that. But this is a little jumper that I knitted for this new baby that's coming, and this edge is really nice because it rolls over. This is real granny skills here, everyone. Well, not really, because when I grew up everybody could knit, you know, 16-year-olds could knit their own clothes. See, that edge turns over, it's called a picot edge. It's really cute, simple to do. See, just some little holes, but they turn it over that way and they turn into this cute little zigzaggy edging. So anyway, that's the last couple of days. I've been making this, and I've got another one that I just knitted as well, ready to is ready to sew up and finish. Because sometimes knitting it is easier than finishing it. That's just a thing, you know. You think, oh, I know, but I really want to start this and see how it looks. Anyway, so I'm doing some finishing. Baby's not due till August, so it better not come quickly. Anyway, if so, I'll knit woolen things for him or her, because it may need them. I'll get in contact and see what they need. Okay, that's my grumble over. Look, deep breath, still allowed to go to the supermarket to do, or go wherever you need to go to do your shopping. The markets will still be open. You can still go out for medical care. You can still go out for caring for other people, you know, like if my kids got, you know, my son and his wife got sick, I could go and drop things at their place. If I got sick, they could come to me, and you can go out for exercise once again, but not getting down to the beach anytime soon. Snow. Zen. Maybe I'll spend 6 weeks learning to meditate. Well, it's now Thursday, and it's day one of being locked down again for 6 weeks, which, as I said, really tough, harder, easier, but without the energy in it, I think, is the big deal for me anyway. But I made it to a bookshop yesterday, which was my sort of thing. I thought, right, as long as I've got something to read. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to make a list of little to-do jobs, which I didn't do last time. I did a few, but I didn't do enough. And I'm going to try and stick to somewhat of a routine, because that just went out the window last time. I have a great list of things that I should have done that I didn't. And I will have to get out. I mean, today is a beautiful sunny day, and I will, you know, get out, go for a walk. I haven't been for one yet. I'm just about to have my first coffee. I know. It's my drug. It's my one addiction. So here we go again. It's pretty tough. And yet, you know, I'm such a Pollyanna. Oh, but it's okay, because, you know, other people have been, the towers have been put into hard lockdown. They have to actually just wait for things to come to them, like the essentials for living. I sound croaky. I am croaky. What else? I mean, yeah, there are mums stuck at home with 4 kids and little support, so that's probably a damn sight harder than just being on my own. Okay, deep breath. What did I buy yesterday? I bought some books. So, big slurp of coffee, and I'll show you what I got. And I'm not saying these are things that would, you know, be to everybody's taste, but they're the sorts of things that I'm going to, you know, going to read. Now, I've got other things that I haven't read and things that I could read again, and no voice at all, so I better do more videoing, hadn't I, if I'm going to retain a voice through. Oh, gosh, that sounds bright. Okay. Right, move those over. I have this Susan Sontag on photography. Something I've been meaning to read for years. Great fan of Susan Sontag. Fabulous, insightful poem. This is, I'll give you a warning to those of you in America, this is very British, which is good and bad, but gorgeous type. And it's an old, it's a Booker Prize winner. Yeah, it did. Or did Graham Swift win it? I think this actually did. But it's just an interesting insight. It's a bit of a classic. This is brand new by Australian writer Kate Grenville. Oh look, this made me laugh. This is her, where is it? Her signature's in here somewhere. There we go. That's Kate Grenville's signature, which it kind of looks like Kate. That looks like Kate. And this is obviously something that ends with an L. But it made me laugh because my signature is sort of like that. Night becomes just one scroll. And yeah, there we go. That one I'm really looking forward to. And then I bought ones that are going to make me laugh because I think I'm going to need it. And you know, I'm a great David Sedaris fan, so I bought 3 David Sedaris books because I think his diaries will be as funny as his life. Yeah, well, they are his life rather, but he writes his life in these in a way that's hysterically funny. So I've read 2 or 3 of his, and then on the BBC app they had At Home with David Sedaris, and there were 3 sort of, I don't know, 40-minute chats with him, which were really funny. So I'm looking forward to those, and they are to keep me cheerful. Kate Grenville is to just keep me up with what's going on in, you know, in Australian writing. This is an old one, and that's a bit of learning. This is my table covered in stuff. It's just, you know, normal, I'm afraid, at the moment. It's the only messy part of my apartment. That's the thing you have to do when you're in lockdown. I have to keep clean, you know, tidy, organised. Well, it's Friday. God, already it is Friday. And I've just filmed my 2020 reboot. Because, let's face it, all those goals and plans that I had at the beginning of the year, well, they went the same way as everybody else's. I'm just going to make some lunch. I'm trying to decide what. I think I'm really craving some soup. It's quite cold here today, hence puffy. I think I'll make some soup. I think minestrone, or a variation of whatever I've got here that I can use. and yeah, it'll be sort of like fake minestrone, slightly minestrone, depends what's in the cupboard. Okay, I've switched out, gone into a really smushy, snuggly jumper because it's pretty cool here. And right now, I'm just going to get on with making some lunch. I've raided everything known out of the refrigerator, so I'm just going to get started.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down,
this is the base that I've got ready. I've got courgettes or zucchini, depending on what you want to call them. I've got onion, carrot, some swede, and over here I've got some lovely red capsicums, bell peppers, whatever they're called in your end of the world, red peppers, and these are full of vitamin C, which is terrific for us at this time of the year down here in the southern hemisphere in winter. But I'll wait till everything else is really well cooked down before I put these in, so they don't lose all their flavour and also all the goodness. I'd like them to be almost crunchy in the soup, and that may not be what you like, but it's just such a healthy way to have them. So in with some olive oil, not too much because they'll be easy to cook down, and start them just getting this basic stage sort of done so that all of the bits are ready to go. And then over here I've got half a jar of passata ready to go. I've got a can of diced tomatoes. I don't have any of my own stock at the moment, so I'll use this one, which is low salt chicken. I might boost the flavour a bit with some chicken stock. And I've got some garlic granules I'll pop in. I've also got, right at the end, some spinach ready to put in, and I've got some rather nice, what else have I got? I've got some parmesan to go on the top. So this is the important part, and I'll just get this sweating and starting to cook down and getting all these flavours out. And the other thing I put in is I've just chopped up some chorizo sausage, and I'm just letting that cook down with all of these. That's a bit of a slightly too large chunk of swede. I'll do that. These are just a bit too big, even for my liking. I quite like the swede to be quite big though, because it's taking the place really of potato in here. I don't have any potatoes, so normally a potato goes really well in a soup, but today this will have, the swede will do the same job. It'll add that sort of bulking and and taste as well. They're quite sweet swedes. If you don't know what a swede is, here we are. They're not the most sort of charming looking thing, are they? They are a root vegetable related to turnips, but they're not a turnip. They're sweeter. We used to always say that swedes were for people and turnips were for the livestock, because in the winter in New Zealand the sheep would, you'd turn them out onto winter feed paddocks, and the winter feed would often be turnips just left in the ground, and the sheep can bite. They bite with their front teeth and they nibble down. They're not like cows. Cows need to wrap their tongues around grass and pull it up, so they need quite long grass. But sheep are much more adept at nibbling, and they will nibble down. They'll eat the tops and then they nibble down. And so the paddocks where the turnips were, you just have these sort of white blobs all over the paddock, and the sheep would have eaten right down to the roots, and perfectly happy with that. So that's what, but swedes are slightly different. They're a bit sweeter. That's all starting to cook. And oh yes, and there's garlic in there as well, just in case you thought I'd missed out on garlic, like I would do that. Garlic is life. Certainly good for us anyway, especially these days, locked in. Ho hum, summer salads will come, but for today it's sort of like soup salad. Alright, next stage, what are we up to? We've got, down here I've just got some, you can't see, a little good squeeze of tomato paste. This is that leftover passata that I had in the jar, and this is a can of chopped tomatoes. I know these Swede bits are still looking a bit chunky, and they are, and I'll show you the reason. Shall I show you the reason why? That, yes, I cut myself, which kind of distracted me. Don't worry, nothing nasty, but just, you know, sort of just nicked myself with that very nice but very sharp knife, and as a result I sort of got distracted and didn't chop the Swede into quite the sizes that it should have been. Not to worry. And now the stock. And you know me, I'm usually the person who makes my own, but till I can get up to the supermarket, we're encouraged to do as little as possible, and they are checking. I will use up what I've got. So as you can see, I added lots of spinach, and I put in the red capsicum, and I've just grated up some parmesan. Not a lot, but just enough to make it tasty. Sprinkle some of that on top. And now I'm going to go and have my lunch, and it's, whoops, we're all getting foggy. Well, it's Saturday morning, and it's day 3 of 42 days of new lockdown. I know, joy, oh joy. Anyway, I do actually have to go out, which is allowed because I need to go shopping. I need to buy food, and you're allowed to go out to buy food and essentials. We've been asked to wear masks now. I've been wearing masks outside for months. Finally, we are being asked to wear masks when we interact closely with other people. Hooray! Well, you know, outside of your home, and but if you're out, you know, public transport, supermarket, whatever, probably a good idea to wear a mask, which is good. Not mandated, but good. So that was sort of the beginning for me of lockdown again, and it's not going so well here. We've got rising cases. We have not peaked again. Trying to keep, you know, get everybody on the same page, but it has escaped here in Melbourne, and it looks like it has in Sydney as well. But this is small compared with what so many of you are dealing with. So my heart goes out to people who are in areas where it's still really bad, and I know at this point anyway that a lot of the United States is really in trouble, and you know, I'm thinking of you all and hoping that you're doing pretty much the same as I'm doing, which is staying at home as much as possible, and you know, keeping safe when you're out. So please look after yourselves, everyone, everywhere, because I think what's the thing, that we're all in this together. Well, we're all in the same storm anyway, we're not in the same boat. And right here in Victoria, I'm very pleased that our government's been quite strict about this now. It's, you know, look, it's all new to everybody. There are going to be hiccups. There was no playbook for this. There should have been perhaps, but there was no playbook for this. So, you know, I don't think pointing fingers is going to do any good. And, you know, mistakes have been made. Other places have got away with it. We haven't. So, fingers crossed. We'll be seeing the numbers coming back down here again in Victoria soon, or specifically Melbourne, and you know, within the next month or 6 weeks, or 5 weeks of lockdown to go, a bit more, hopefully in the next 2 months we will be able to once again come back out and start to enjoy life again on the outside. Anyway, take care, look after each other, look after yourselves, and you know, stay safe wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.